So I think we've learned all the basics of JavaScript right now, and so we know the different types. We know how to build functions, pass parameters, and even how to create objects from classes. Now, aside from those basic things that are specific to JavaScript and specific to the programming language itself, we also learned how to target elements from your page with both the ID and the class name. And we also learned about the inner HTML. So what we're going to do at this point, we are going to jump straight into jQuery. And I'm going to first show you guys how to get it set up, because you will have to download something or use a content delivery network in order to include it in your page. And then you will have access to all the functions written in it. Basically, all jQuery is a series of functions, and that's really it. Basically, it's a series of functions that means that you can write really quick code in jQuery, and then when it runs on the page, it kind of transpiles from the code that you write into actual JavaScript, and then it runs that JavaScript. So by using it, we can write things a lot quicker, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Open up a new tab here and go to jQuery.com. And we're going to click Download jQuery 3.2.1. And I'm going to right-click this, the Download Compressed Production jQuery. I'm going to right-click that, and I'm going to copy the link address. Then I'm going to jump back over to my HTML file here. And above our main script, we're going to write script, source, and then the source is going to be pasted. So it's going to be that link that we just copied, the location of the jQuery 321.min.js. And then close that. Now this is very important. If you're going to be writing jQuery, you need to include jQuery in your page before you include your script. In this way, this will be loaded and parsed, and then anything that's in this jQuery framework you will have access to in yours. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to jump back over to my main.js, and I'm going to remove everything. It's a lot of code that we no longer need because we're done with classes and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys how to open your code in jQuery. And so all of your code basically is going to be wrapped by this one evaluated statement, I guess. So we put the $, and then open up brackets. And in jQuery, most statements begin with this. All jQuery statements begin with a $. And so then we choose a target. So in this case, it's going to be the document. And now this basically means that we take the document, the JavaScript document variable, and we're converting it into a jQuery object. And so now we can do jQuery stuff to this document. If you just wrote it like this, we wouldn't be able to do any jQuery stuff on it. It needs to be converted. Everything will need to be converted into a jQuery object, and that's why the targets, when we target something, we're going to be writing it like this. Now, after you target the document, put a dot, and here we're going to call a method called ready. And we're going to open up and close our regular brackets here. And now this method basically means that whatever is passed into this function, this ready function, that is going to be loaded and parsed and read, and I guess run, when the document is ready. So what we put in here typically is an unnamed function, like this, just like when you pass a callback. And then we're going to close that just to make my IDE happy. And now I'm going to drop down a few lines. From here on out, all of our code is going to be written in here. And this is important because if you try to run jQuery code before the document is ready, then it's not going to be aware of all the jQuery functions that you should have access to because jQuery may not have been parsed yet. So it's important that whenever you write a jQuery script, which by the way is the same .js extension, it's just a JavaScript file that we're writing jQuery code in. So any jQuery code that you write is going to be between the document ready opening and the closing of that. Okay, so in here we're just passing a function into the ready method, and this function is going to be all of our jQuery code. So what we're going to do is and you can also write regular JavaScript code in here. So I'm going to write alert loaded. I'm going to save this, and we're going to go back to our page here and refresh. As you can see, this says loaded. So that's how to get started. We're going to be learning a lot more about the different types of elements here. And this is, I'm not sure the exact statistics, but it does make writing JavaScript code a lot quicker. So let's dive right in.